Hello and welcome. Here are the 8 tips to make your customers happy. I'm Chike Onyekachukwu. The first tip we need to learn is to attract the right customer. I cannot emphasize this enough. Have you ever walked into a store and immediately left because it wasn't what you were expecting? Yes, unfortunately, this happens a lot of times because businesses do not convey what it is that they are actually doing or who they are so that they can attract the customers who actually need their product and their services. If you have the wrong customer, you will find yourself struggling to impress and satisfy the customer because the product or service you are offering is not a good fit for that customer. So, to save yourself time, energy, and the stress, and also save the customer's time and energy, it is very, very important to position yourself rightly and project yourself rightly to the kind of customer that you want to be working with. This is very important. Tip number 2, keep track of your individual customers. Now, you want to keep track of all your customers. The customer is more than just a data on a CRM tool or just a statistic. The customer has a name, the customer has goals and unique details. All right? They have needs that are unique to them. They have issues that are peculiar to them. All right? So you want to take advantage of this information to build stronger and meaningful relationships with the customer. All right? So each customer has his or her own personal story and his or her own peculiar needs. So you want to keep tabs of the customer. For example, the birthday, maybe the wedding anniversary, or the customer wants to participate in the next Olympic or something. So all these are information that you get when you are communicating with the customer. So you want to take advantage of them and actually build a stronger relationship with the customer. Sending a birthday card or a gift on the birthday, or sending a gift on the wedding anniversary. This will go a long way to building a personal relationship with the customer. Tip number 3, go beyond just making phone calls. It is easy to do business these days without ever having to come face to face with the customer. Yes, but if you're running a service-based business, let's say you're a consultant, all right, or a web designer, for example, it is important that you talk to your customers through a video or a video chat at least once over the course of working together with them. All right? At least it would be nice to say something like, hey, I'm really happy you've given me this opportunity to serve you or to be of service to you. If you need anything at all, I am your person. Customers will appreciate such personal touch that you give to them rather than when they're just dealing with a faceless entity. All right? Especially when you're trying to deal with a dissatisfied customer, or maybe something went wrong during the course of the transaction and you need to apologize. The customers will be more forgiving when they are seeing your face and having this facial or communication rather than when you send it through a mail or through a voice chat. So it is very important to go beyond just making phone calls. Tip number 4, be honest. Honesty is the best policy. We cannot emphasize this enough. All right? For example, you just started out in business and you don't have enough experience in this particular field, it is always important to be forthright with the customer and let the customer know that, okay, probably you're into web design, all right? You can let the customer know that the work you've been doing is probably with your friends and family, helping them build their websites for free. You've not really had a real client. Okay, it will be more understandable for the customer and more tolerating than when you lie to the customer that you have been working with clients, for 10 years. And no, come on. All right, so it is important that you get comfortable with being transparent now, okay, so that you don't get into the habit of having to massage the truth or remember what you said in the last conversation. This is very key. Tip number 5, personalize your communication. Now, it is important that you don't just send a generic information or generic communication with customers. Customers want uniqueness in your communication with them. They want it to be personal. Okay, it will be disappointing when a customer gets an offer for something they have already bought, or they get an offer that is completely irrelevant, or a message that doesn't recognize them as an individual. It could be very frustrating and it could make customers dissatisfied and unhappy. So you want to know at what point in the transaction or the journey that the customer is in, so that you deal with the customer individually from that perspective. Tip number 6, provide extra value. Now, there are so many businesses offering the same product or the same service that it is very, very easy to become a YouTube business, right? A YouTube business doing the same thing that every other person is doing. So one of the ways to distinguish yourself is to go the extra value. The difference between extraordinary and ordinary is just the extra. So beyond just meeting the customer's needs or the customer's expectation, you could go beyond their expectation. All right, something like giving them extra information about other things that they are dealing with in their life, all right, through content marketing, providing information to them on a regular basis, maybe weekly, maybe quarterly. Okay, you're providing useful service for them. In this way, customers will be happy, they will appreciate you more, and it will stand you out as a business that goes beyond just the ordinary. Tip number 7, provide top-notch support. Now, it doesn't matter what business you are, all right? Once the contract is signed and the customer is expecting you to deliver, it is important that you understand that there could be challenges or problems along the way. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have made enough provision along the line to be able to deal with those challenges. And one of the ways to do that is to ensure that you are providing support through different channels. It could be in person, it could be phone support, it could be email support, all right? It could be from your website or social media, but ensure that every channel and every opportunity that is available to you to help the customer, to support the customer, you are taking maximum advantage of it. Now, lastly, respond to all customer feedback. Now, a happy customer might not always want to shout to the world, "Wow, I love your service. Hey, it is great." Yes. But when they do, it is important that you keep your ear to the ground and thank them for the praise or for the good review or compliment. All right? And you also want to congratulate them for the wise choice that they made by working with you or patronizing you. All right? So you don't want to delay when the customer gives a feedback, especially if it's a negative feedback. When you allow a negative feedback unattended to, right, it raises further questions from other customers. So you don't want to delay in responding to feedback, whether negative or positive. Now, a bonus tip: a happy customer is the key to long lasting success. Yes, you want every customer to walk away a happy customer. But even much better, you want every happy customer to stay on as a loyal customer who sends other like-minded customers your way. All right? So, if you want to make this a reality, you have to put in the work. And it doesn't cost too much. It doesn't take too much to make your customers happy. Just a little extra. That's what they might require from you. Thank you.